Hello, namaste, and welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. I am Nupur and I live in Queens in New York and I make Indian food in my kitchen. And it's not just always curry, but yeah, it's a good part of what I make. So today I'm on a project because this friend of mine had twins. Yes, two little baby girls, so cute. I haven't met them, but it's just a miracle of life, right? When you see new life, especially when you're constantly hearing about people passing, and in this crazy pandemic, when you hear about a new life that came into this world, mwah, it just warms my heart. Anyway, you're getting me emotional. So yes, I do have a bag full of mittens and baby blankets that I want to give to him, but I'm also going to give them enough food to last them for the week. So I'm just doing some simple Indian dishes, and because his wife is postpartum, we don't want to do very heavy foods, and we don't want to do foods that are she's not trying to do too many calories. They also have to keep up their energy levels because they want to chase after the two kids all day long, all night long. So we are going to make a very simple dal tempering, and this comes from my book, The Vegan Indian Home. That's the recipe right there. The only thing I'm going to change is I won't be adding the two dry Szechuan peppers that you see in the bottom corner because they don't like hot food, and it's not even advisable. So I'm going to replicate the instructions on this. This is a book that has all the recipes. It's not one of those heavy cookbooks that you can't take anywhere. It's a light book that you can take in your kitchen. It's really more like a working sort of a you know, a workable size, so you can take it anywhere with you. There's also a downloadable version which you can get, either the hard copy or the downloadable version, and this is actual food that my family eats on a daily basis. So I'm going to be making that dal, and I will be making a very simple paneer dish which is called Karahi Paneer, and if you're vegan you can totally replicate the same thing with tofu. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to set my camera here so we can all get a quick look. So I will be making both the things from scratch, and if you hang around with me, you will make them too, right? Okay, so let's get this party started. All right, so in for the dal, what I've done is I've actually boiled the pigeon peas with salt and turmeric and some curry leaves. If you don't have curry leaves, you can skip that. I did it in an instant pot, but you can do it in whatever you have. So this is some oil that's heating in a pan. The first thing that go in are some mustard seeds. These are those little black things that pop, right? Make sure your heat is nice and high. Also going in is some cumin seeds. You see how they crackle? So whenever you're cooking with mustard seeds, if they crackle, that's a good sign. That means they're cooking. To this, I'm going to add about 3 cloves of garlic that are minced going in. Whenever you make a tempering, make sure your oil is really hot. The best tempering actually comes from when you work with ghee, but I'm doing this with olive oil. If you want to eat ghee, if you like ghee, I personally love ghee. So then do it with that. It just gives your dal a whole different dimension of taste. Okay, so while that's going on, I'm going to get started on the next dish. I told you we were going to do 2 at the same time, right? So here's my pan. Yay, new pan, yay! Okay, new pan from Germany. Had to have it. You're going to keep an eye on this because you don't want the garlic to burn. It has to be slightly roasted and aromatic, but not burnt. In this one, we are going to add the cumin seeds first. Now this is my burner for a wok, and this is kind of like a wok, so I just switched it around. Till the time that those crackle, I'm going to go back and forth between the two so you can actually see in real time how easy it is to cook more than one dish at a time, right? Just leave the tomatoes in there. If you're a lazy cook and you don't want to do a tempering, just put everything in the lentils when you're boiling them in the Instant Pot. It'll be nice and flavorful. Okay, the next thing that goes in here are some ginger juliennes. So I think the characteristic of any Karahi dish is the fried ginger juliennes. I'm not using any green chilies or any Szechuan peppers in this because the family does not like to eat that much hot food, and I totally get it, especially since she's breastfeeding. You don't want the children's stomachs to be upset. Hey Dina, welcome. How are you today? Okay, I'm gonna keep giving this a stir. Now, the sooner your tomatoes break down, the sooner you can add them to your tempering. And a really good trick to have your tomatoes break down is to add some salt in there. Now remember, you already put salt in your lentils, so you don't want to put too much salt. Add your salt, add some turmeric powder, and just let it be. My ginger is frying up really well in here. And you can smell that it's aromatic. Again, we're not trying to burn anything. I'm going to quickly cover this just so that the steam can actually help the cooking process along. Okay, so this is frying up. To this, I'm going to add just a few pieces, chopped up pieces of bell peppers. And this is one really large onion that I've chopped up. Okay, that's going to go in. We're going to crank up the heat. And we will make the onions translucent, not caramelize them, but give them a little bit of, help them to break down a little bit, give it a little color, that sort of thing. You know what I mean, right? All right, in this recipe, we're also going to add some paneer, which I have cut into cubes. This is just store-bought paneer. I will be adding some tomato puree. I will add one whole tomato, which is sitting right here. And then in the end, I'm going to add some onion petals, some tomato petals, and some bell pepper petals. And you want these to be crunchy, so these are going to be added all the way in the very end. Okay, we are going to keep stirring this till it gets a little color. I'm just making this with really low oil. And you can even, if you have a good pan, you can even do an oil-free version of this. It's always nice to get that going. Okay, so you see like the tomatoes are breaking down because of the salt. It's coming back to the lentil tempering. I'm just trying to teach you the most as I can in the short amount of time that we get every day, just because I want you to double up on your skills. And if there's something that you want to learn, definitely send me a request. Send a comment so that I'll know this is what you want to see, and I can make that in my next live video. I don't want to be running out of ideas, right? Okay, so you see how the tomato is kind of pasty? This is exactly what you want. We're going to let it cook out a little more. And to help it along, we'll just add a little dash of tomato puree, tomato sauce, ketchup, whatever you have, whole tomatoes. Just throw that in. Keep an eye on this one as well. Give this a good stir. And you see like the thickness of it. So you don't want it to be too chunky, but you also don't want it to be too pasty. And you'll see that the oil is going to start floating to the top. That's when you know that your tempering is just about getting there in terms of being ready. All right, now in Indian cooking, whenever you're bored, put cilantro. Whenever you have no time, put cilantro. Whenever you want to pass some time, put cilantro. Whenever you want to serve something, put cilantro. Yeah, cilantro is the end-all, be-all. Right? Okay, so this is coming along beautifully. I just wanted to get a little more color. This pan is super good. It's my first time using this pan. I just thought I should move away from that wok that I have with the broken handle, right? Okay, some of the other spices that are going to go into the dal based on the recipe in the book. Just a hint of cayenne pepper. I already put the turmeric. I'm going to put a little bit more. And I'm going to put freshly ground coriander seed powder. This is from my grinding mill that I just ground. If you have ordered my spices or my spice box, you know that all the spices are just freshly ground and they smell incredible because I've taken the trouble to break down the seeds, to roast them, and then grind them, and then put them in your box. If you would like to order any of the spices, it's www.queenscurrykitchen.com/order online. There's an online shop. You can shop away, and you get all of these beautiful things totally loaded with some really good Indian spices in this box, with the spoon. Okay? Alrighty. So this is ready to go. I'm not going to overcook this. Oh, if you could only smell how good this kitchen smells right now. I wish I could show you. Okay, so that's that. Boom, done. One dish down. Bring this over. Gonna put my tempering right in there. Now, if you were doing this on the stove top, then you would just allow this to simmer along with your dal and it would be ready. I'm gonna take it back to the Instant Pot. I may need to add some hot boiling water, but I'll take it back to the Instant Pot and simmer this. And of course, before serving, bam, I'm gonna add some more cilantro. Yeah, cilantro, baby, for everything. Cilantro is the fix for everything. If someone broke your heart, put cilantro. If you're feeling sad, put cilantro. If you're feeling lonely, put cilantro. If you're feeling goofy like me right now, put cilantro, baby. Okay, you know what? I should not have turned this off. I brought this to this burner so you can get a closer look. Hello, Tilakji. Welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. Hi, Rocky. Welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. I know you all have had dinner in India already, so this might be a little late for you, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to join the party. Okay, now I'm going to add some tomatoes to this dish, but I will add the fresh tomato first and then I'll add the puree just to give it that nice pasty curry-ish texture. Okay, and in terms of spices, I won't add anything except salt. I'm going to add this, which is my signature spice blend for any kind of stir-fried dry dishes, and it's called the stir-fried Karahi spice mix. So basically, if you're making 2 servings, you just need 2 tablespoons of it. If you're making 4 servings, you need 4 tablespoons of it. It's really that simple. You can add it to any dry dish or stir-fry, and it tastes really, really good. Okay, so that's the only thing I'm going to add. I will calibrate the salt. This already has salt, so I won't add any salt at this point, but once my dish is almost done, I'm going to check for seasoning and see if it needs any salt. I'm going to add it. I will also be adding just a dash of coconut milk just to make it a little bit more gravy-like so that it's not a completely dry thing that they have to eat. I am sending them rotis and I'm sending them masala rotis, you know, the same ones that we made the other day. I'm going to make about 20 of those because they last really well in the fridge. If you haven't seen that video, honey, you need to go over to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss that. Okay, so bam, in go the tomatoes. You don't want to over caramelize your onions, okay? Just FYI. This is not a korma. It's just a karai dish. So you're going to give it a good stir. Sometimes you need to add a little water to help it along the way. Just to deglaze the pan a little bit, it certainly helps. And in again, I'm going to put a little more salt just to help to break down the tomatoes in this case, like we always do. Just a little, just enough tomatoes, just enough salt to break down the tomatoes and soften up the onions. I'm just going to, you don't want to overcook anything. You're going to cover it. I will also add this tomato puree at this time, just because the liquids and the moisture in it will help the sauce to come together really nicely. A little bit more water. This pan is really giving me a lot of ideas about oil-free cooking. It's so smooth, you have no idea. This pan is amazing. I just got it off of Amazon because I can't go anywhere, but I really needed a new pan with a cover. So, yeah. That's it. I'm not adding any spices right now. I am going to just add a little water and let it simmer for a couple of seconds out there. I still have to add the coconut milk. I still have to add the paneer. That's still yet to come. And I have these that I've saved for crunch. This will go towards the end. And of course the masala has to still be added. So there's still a couple of steps. Let me walk you through the book and show you some of the pictures that are in this book. Okay, so of course there's acknowledgements to all the moms who put their dreams on hold till their babies could be old enough. Because I did that for many years and I was part-timing at this and that, and you know, I always had a business, but once my daughter was old enough, I really decided to go in and pursue my passion. So this is chana masala, cauliflower and potatoes gobi aloo. This we made yesterday. There's a tofu tikka masala or paneer tikka masala. There is a vegetable biryani, eggplant with potatoes. Are these any of your favorite dishes? Do you make this at home? Let me know in the comments below. A okra and potato tagine, which is my mother-in-law's specialty dish. There is the famous dal makhni from all restaurants, but this is the vegan version. How cool is that? This is the dal tempering that we just made, so that's perfect. Now you know how to do it. This is just basic basmati rice, how to make the best rice. And last but not the least, how to make the best rotis. And we did a whole tutorial on this yesterday as well. So you know what? Whether you want to get the hard copy or the downloadable version, it's all out there at queenscurrykitchen.com. But I'm happy that you come here and you see it firsthand, so you're able to get all the tips and tricks along the way. Let's take a quick look at how this is coming along. Smells really good. I only smell the ginger and the bell peppers at this point because I haven't really added any other spices. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the spices. This is about 2 servings, so I will add 1 and 2 and a little bit more because this is not the same as a tablespoon. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of that, and I'm going to let the heat as soon as it kicks in. So this actually contains cumin seeds, fennel seeds, fenugreek leaves, dry roasted ginger powder, garlic powder, onion powder, cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, curry powder, a hint of tomato powder, dry red chilies. It has everything that you could ask for. So it's an all-in-one. If you put this, you really don't need any other masalas. Now when you see that this thing is coming together like a paste, you are going to go ahead and help it along. If you eat dairy, then you can always put some heavy cream, heavy whipping cream, whatever you call it. So that's what this looks like, right? You can put some heavy cream. If you live in India, that would have to be Amul cream. You can put some malai. And if you're vegan, then we are going to go ahead and add some coconut milk just to balance off the acidity of the tomatoes. You know, canned tomatoes have a little bit of an acidity to them. See how gorgeous that is. Who needs to go to a restaurant for takeout, right? This is fast. If you can do it with me, you can do it without me. And if you want to cook with me, you can actually sign up for one of my classes, you know. I do online classes that are 101. I've been doing it for a long time. So this pandemic has only made people realize the value of it more. But listen, I'm here. Just send me a private message. I'll send you a schedule. There's all levels. Beginners, intermediate, advanced. Whether you're just learning how to make breads or you want to learn some basic takeout dishes, you can always send me a message and our team will get in touch with you. Okay, so you see how it's like nice and pasty right now? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add all the paneer in here. I'm gonna check for seasoning because this is the consistency I want of the final dish. So I'm just gonna check for seasoning to see if it's salty enough, if it's sweet enough. It's a nice balance of salty and with the ginger and everything. So there's a little tang in here. And then I'm gonna also put in all of my vegetables that I want should remain crunchy. A little bit of water, maybe a little more. I don't want to put too much coconut milk because I don't want it to be sweet, because coconut milk tends to caramelize if you overcook it. So I certainly don't want that to happen. Oh my God. But you know, as soon as the paneer gets the steam, it starts to soften up and it becomes that melt in your mouth. It has that texture. Also, I've cut them pretty big. You see that? They're pretty big chunks of paneer, and you can do smaller cubes if you wish. I'm just gonna check quickly for some seasoning if it needs anything. Remember, we only added salt and we added this spice blend. We really did not add any other external spices. We did not touch the spice box. I may add some black pepper depending on how I feel, because with the addition of the coconut milk, sometimes you just need a little extra something, and this is really a masala for dry vegetables, and this is kind of sort of not dry. I'm gonna check for seasoning. Yeah, it does need a little salt in my opinion. So I'm gonna, but the taste is just really pure. It's unadulterated. There is no fake stuff in here. There are no preservatives in the masala. So it's really, really a fantastic taste that comes through. Now I'm going to cover this and let the bell peppers simmer for a couple of minutes just so that the onions won't be so raw anymore. But there you go. That's how you do it, restaurant style. Boom, Karahi Paneer in no time at home. I am going to add a little bit water to create some steam for the paneer to continue to stay puffy and fluffy. That's it. I have also done a video where I teach you how to make paneer at home. So, you can catch it on my YouTube channel. It's Queen's Curry Kitchen, and all the videos are listed by name. You can actually search it. There are short videos, long videos. If you miss anything, you can always go back in there. Alrighty. So that's that. I'm going to give it a final cover, maybe the next couple of minutes or 3 minutes. And it should be done. See how easy that was, right? Hi Faith, hi Nisha, welcome. So I'm hoping that he's going to come in at 4. It's like 1 o'clock right now. I still have to make the 20 masala rotis and the plain rotis. So I'm gonna get cracking because I have a lot of work ahead of me. My dal is gonna go back into the Instant Pot and get simmered away so that I can finally add the pieces of ginger for the topping, and I can add some cilantro. And that would be it. I thought it was Faith, but it's Brooke. Okay, hi Brooke, how are you? Or maybe you're tagging Brooke. Well, thank you everybody who joined me. But I'm just happy that you were able to share these moments with me as I celebrate this new life in my friend's home with the twin girls that were just born to them. So God bless the miracle of life. It's really just so heartening to see. And I hope that you have some time and you're getting some small doses of happiness in your life that are making you feel the gratitude, especially at this time when it's becoming very hard to find things to be happy about. Just take a deep breath and just look around. I'm not related to them, but it brings me so much joy to see that he's actually experiencing a big transition in his life. So thank you all for being with me. Please pray for the babies so that they may have a nice, happy, healthy life ahead of them. These are souls that have chosen to come to this earth at this time, so I'm sure they have a purpose. But thank you again for joining me. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this cap, well, I had COVID and now I have alopecia, so I'm losing a lot of hair, and the last thing I want is my hair to go in somebody's food. So when I'm cooking for anybody, I always tend to wear this nowadays. It is what it is, right? Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to take a class, you know where to find me. You can always send me a private message on Queen's Curry Kitchen on the Facebook page, or you can check out my website at www.queenscurrykitchen.com. Like always, be blissful, be flavorful. I will see you tomorrow with another recipe. If you'd like to see something, request something, drop it in the comments below. I'm very happy to accommodate requests. With that, I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you again tomorrow. Be safe out there. Pray for your loved ones. I'm sending you lots of blessings and prayers for protection from everything that could go wrong. So God bless you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.